Hey guys, it's me, ActionPacked, back here yet again with another episode of Wishlist Wednesdays. Today we're on episode 18 and we are going over your round-based ideas that you guys left in the last video's comment section. Of course, I'm going to give my review on them as I always do, and if you guys are new around here, then be sure to check the description down below for all the details you could possibly want to know about this series and how to participate in it, as well as how to get your comments in the video. So be sure to check that out down below, and we're going to jump right into the ideas. Our first idea comes from Spinks MC, and he says on round 115 you can get access to a 115 Armory with all 115 related wonder weapons. Now I think this would be great to have in the game, mainly because you don't have a lot of people that get to 115 in general. I think it would bring a lot of replayability for those high round players to the game. So if there was something like this, it would be rewarding. It would be kind of random. Like, you wouldn't expect something like this to be in Zombies, especially like if there was a small section that opened up and there were a bunch of 115 weapons in there. That would be very interesting to have, especially if we saw, like, say, someone like Relaxing End or King Jack on YouTube. These are high round guys if you don't know, but if we saw them on YouTube, they posted a video and they're like, hey, if you get to a high enough round, you can do this. And this is something that hasn't happened in Zombies before, and they kind of show it around, like, throughout the Armory, and they show how cool it looks and all the different weapons in there, and they actually start using some of them. I think that would be really cool if we saw a high round guy do something like that while the rest of the community is completely unaware and had no idea this was a thing. I think that would be really sweet and a great experience for the entire community. Our second idea, coming from Numbers339, says, so how about something that starts about every 8 rounds called Dimensional Rift? This would send you into a different dimension of the place that you were previously at. So in theory, it's kind of like a revamp of the Shangri-La Easter egg. Basically, all of the rounds of 8, 16, 24, and etc., you will get teleported to a different dimension of time to where you were at before, and the zombies will get stronger, different places would open up, different perks would be available, different wall guns would appear, and if there's buildables in the map, then there would also be different buildable parts as well. This would give zombies a harder feel to it. It would also give it a more strategical kind of vibe and different thinking that goes along with it. So people don't just blow through the rounds and skip important things. They would actually have to think things out and be able to navigate through this different kind of dimension to get whatever they need, whether it be a perk or something else. So I think this would be a great idea to have in the game as well. It's another one of those ideas that really gives zombies a good amount of replayability to it, kind of a rewarding system in a way. This is more so of a kind of mix it up kind of thing, not so much a reward, but you know, if you were to get these perks in this realm for like a cheaper price, that could be considered a reward kind of thing. But I think this would be great for an Easter egg if they were to incorporate it into the next Easter egg for a given map. I think that'd be pretty sweet, especially if you had to do it on a specific round and then you had to wait 8 more rounds to do whatever you were trying to do for a particular step again. That would make it very challenging. So if it were a challenging Easter egg, or it needed one step of the Easter egg to be very difficult, this would definitely be the route to go, especially if there's some place that you could train at that's not too difficult to you know, train zombies or even get to a high round. It would just add that element into it to where people would definitely have to, you know, watch what round's happening and watch exactly what's happening during that round to complete given Easter eggs. The third idea we have is from Ryan Cootie. He says, I would love to have a Carpenter boss spawn in every 10 rounds. They would have a ton of health and would walk very slowly to the nearest open door and rebuild that door for 10 seconds or so. Once it's completely rebuilt, the player has to buy it again. And just taking a break from this comment, I think this would be excellent to have, mainly because I have remembered so many people wanting to have something like this in Zombies, or at least some sort of way to rebuild a barrier or rebuild a door, or just have a way that it could be there again. So if there was a Carpenter, like an actual boss character that walked around and rebuilt these structures or just barriers and windows and things like that, I think this would be perfect. I think a lot of people would be like, you know, this is something I've wanted for a long time and it's finally here. This is awesome. And this would be great for certain strategies too. You could kind of like lock yourself in like a small room, or you know, that would be more for like a challenge or something, but you could lock yourself in kind of like in big open rooms so that they only spawn in certain areas and filter through certain windows and make training a little easier. So this would be a great idea for that. And he goes on to say, if he is killed before he rebuilds a door, the player will get a nice reward of however many points that door was worth. I'm sure we can all think of some sweet cosmetic ideas for this guy too. Now, as I said, this is a really good idea, at least I think so, and mixing this idea with Greg Velada's idea, which I'll get to in just a moment, he talks about how you can have like certain zombies that remember what their like profession was before they were a zombie. And basically, if you mixed Greg Velada's idea about that with this idea, I think it's literally the perfect concept for something that could happen on a certain round, or just in a certain map, or certain, Black Ops 3 zombies, or just any other zombies game. I think this would be perfect, mainly because if the zombies like remember what their old job was, maybe like certain zombies remember more than other zombies. So you could even have like a zombie that just like starts running at you, and all of a sudden he just like cuts off to a angle and then runs at a window or a door and starts rebuilding it, and then he's like, oh wait, I'm gonna chase this guy again, and then starts chasing you again. I don't know, something like that would be fairly interesting. Our next idea comes from M1DG3TC12. Now that's a crazy name you got there, man, but I'm just going to refer to him as M1. And I also noticed that the idea that I covered for M1 here was actually the idea I said was Greg Velada's, so sorry about that mix-up. But anyways, M1's idea says, after each round the zombies grow more intelligent and they start to interact with their environment more to defeat you. For example, if you're in a theme park and you're on a roller coaster, the zombies can actually shut off the power to attack you. And on top of that, another example would be zombies could throw objects at you from far distances like rocks to slow you down or give more damage to you, or even zombies with different types of abilities, not to copy Left 4 Dead, but large blow-up zombies or faster, more agile zombies that jump on you would be more challenging, or even zombies that remember their jobs or their hobbies. For example, an NFL player that would remember their profession as a zombie, they would charge at you like they would if they were playing an NFL game, such as the Warden on Mob of the Dead. Now, I think he's referring to Brutus on Mob of the Dead. Some people refer to him as the Warden, so maybe that's a little mix-up there. But, you know, Brutus, he would stomp around the map and he would just cause havoc. He had a lot of health, and there were a lot of attributes to him that made him a very interesting and cool boss. A lot of people hated him, of course, but I think that this would be a great idea, especially if it was mixed with the whole Carpenter idea, and just having other professions for different zombies being realized as the rounds go on. Or maybe there could be some storyline attribute to the game where as the rounds go on, the zombies become more human. I don't know how that would work out, but I think it would be an interesting idea, so I just threw it out there. But if you guys want to get your ideas into the next episode, be sure to leave your melee weapons or your melee weapon ideas down in the comments. So of course, we always spawn in and we have a knife, and sometimes you can get the Bowie knife and you can get Galvanuckles. All of these things are melee weapons. So leave your melee weapon ideas down in the comments below, and I'll choose them to be in the next video where I will review them and go over them, talk about their good things and their bad things and just things in general. So if you guys enjoy the series, be sure to hit that like button down below. If you're new around here, check the description. And if you want to be in the next video, or you just want to share your ideas, be sure to comment down below as well. Thank you guys for watching today. I appreciate all the support on this series, and I'll see you guys in the next one.